5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Between the Frames podcast and to a brand new year.
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
2023.
2023,
Yep.
we made it.
We
If you're
fucking
listening to
made
this, you are alive.
You made it through the year. You made it through,
You made it. You made it to
2022.
2023.
and now you're here on 2023. Yeah. So, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit
Well,
like that.
Yeah, it's more just like, you know, you're like dead towards the end of 2022. You're like looking forward to the new year. Like, yeah, the new year's going to be great. Like so much stuff to look forward to for, but then like you get there and I mean, we're only 2 days in and you're just like, still feels the same.
Like, how come my life isn't extremely better all of a sudden?
Yeah. Why is my life any better?
The past few years have felt like drinking a bottle of Little Fat Lamb.
Yeah.
Like since 2019. It's like taking the first sip, you're like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then there's like complete darkness, blackout. And then it's like, boom, 2023.
Yeah.
That's like what happened.
It's
That's
pretty
how it
fun.
has happened.
Yeah. But how was your guys' new year? Because you guys went
Went to BTV.
into BTV.
Yeah.
For
Beyond
those
the
that don't
Valley.
know, is festival.
Yeah.
My
Beyond
first
the
festival.
Valley?
Yeah, Beyond the Valley, which is a festival here in Melbourne, Australia. And it's I don't know how long it's been going on for, but yeah, it was me and Mike's. It was actually my first festival as well,
There you go.
Oh,
which was so
there you
like
go.
proper festival where people camp and like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, it was so cool.
It was
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, we had like on New Year's Eve, like as it was counting down, we had Dom Dollar like counting us in, and he was like on this huge platform, like probably 50 meters high or something.
Yeah,
And,
it was
um,
massive.
There's how many people do you reckon? Like 20,000?
I have no idea. Probably,
There
yeah.
was
Probably.
so many people.
Because it wasn't
that's
just
crazy.
that stage. There was like multiple stages
Yeah.
happening at the same time. It was amazing. Like we did so much walking.
Yeah.
I reckon we walked like 10, 15 Ks.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were on our feet for like 16 hours straight.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, because we got a bus into the festival and then we partied until like 4 a.m.
Oh my
and then got a
God.
bus back at like 5. So but yeah, it was good. That was our New Year's. What about you?
It's fucking hectic. Yeah, mine was good. It was definitely completely different to yours. Very relaxed. It was nice. Like well, for lunch, like Toby invited us to go eat like a Korean barbecue restaurant because he's taking photos for them as a client.
Yeah.
So he needs people to eat to like model for
Yeah.
photos, right? So he invited me and like a few other friends and we just hung out, just ate some food, took some photos of it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, which was nice. Really good Korean barbecue. And then at night, we went to, Maribyrnong Hills,
Maribyrnong
like
Hill.
close to
Oh,
where
yeah.
St. Berg's is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the plan was to go grab St. Berg's and sit on the hill and watch the sunset and also watch the fireworks. Unfortunately, St. Berg's was closed on New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, which was fair enough. If you want to rest, you want to rest,
Yeah,
right?
probably to be expected.
Yeah, it's fine. So we just got some takeaway, like some Korean fried chicken. And then we just sat on the hill, like watched the sunset. It was fucking mint. It was nice. And then there was like literally fireworks, probably like I'd say maybe a good 500 to a kilometer down the hill. There was
pretty close.
There was just heaps of fireworks just going off because
Sick.
apparently it was like set up by the city council.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the city council actually sets that up, and it's like because we were looking at it, we're like, holy fuck, like, and like luckily as well, Toby brought his camera, so we're taking a few photos there. And it's like this will be so sick if you could bring a model here to take photos, especially because it's the earlier session at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
where it's for like the kids and the families.
So it's still kind of like blue hour.
It's dark at that point. It's basically fully black.
Okay.
Like 9:30, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fireworks weren't actually in the city. They were like being let off in the park in front of us with the city in the background.
Oh,
And
I see.
because we were up at an elevation point, it would be so good to get like a model there and then have the fireworks in the background. It would have made like for a really, really cool shot. Yeah. So we just took some test photos and stuff. We're like, all right, next year we're going to come back for New Year's Eve and actually do this for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So that was like what we were thinking about the whole time doing that. And then we also stayed for the actual fireworks, like the countdown and the actual fireworks in the city itself. And that was mint as well. Like it was just like super chill. Just watch
Did
the
you go
fireworks.
into the city or were you still there?
No. We stayed there the whole time.
Oh,
So
okay.
we stayed. It's in the north side of Melbourne. So
Yeah.
we just stayed on the hill, just watched the fireworks. So you basically see all like the city skyline, and then all these little fireworks just pop off above it. It's
That
so
would've been
cool.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking hectic.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that-
that was my New Year's.
Nice.
It was
Yeah.
chill. It was nice. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, sounds good. Sometimes it's good to just chill. Sometimes it's good to get fucked up and go to yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Pick
the
your
two
poison.
polar.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and like speaking about because like I mean we are in the new year, right? So
Yeah.
I was thinking we have talked a lot about like our future plans with I feel like every podcast we do is just the existential crisis.
I
of
know.
what the fuck
Yeah,
we
what
do,
the
right?
fuck? How are we
Okay.
so shit?
New year,
Yeah, so
new
it's like
podcast
new year,
sessions. No
new
more existential crisis. Yeah, new
Yeah,
existential crisis.
Okay, surely other people feel the same though. Like we can't be the only ones who feel like that.
like I was thinking about today, like sure, yeah, there's 100%, there's definitely other people feeling it. Like I think Mike, you raised the point the other day, right? Like even like you reckon even Peter McKinnon feels it.
Well, he put a video out like a little while ago for Vero, where he's like tried to get everyone on Vero, and everyone did for like 8 days, and then died in the ass. But like he actually posted his Insta stats. I don't know if you remember watching the video, but he posted
Yeah, I
his
remember
stats and like, dude, don't get me riled up about TikToks and Reels, man, because I fucking hate that shit, dude. All those platforms like are just basically they're just taking a giant shit on artists and like anyone who's a creative. They don't care about us anymore, so they're not going to push our work.
No.
It's just how it is, unless you're making a reel or some sort of like TikTok or something like that, like shorts basically. That's just like the future. So if you just want to post like a simple set, I'm losing followers every day straight up on Instagram, which is not the point obviously, but like I literally cannot grow unless I do reels. So yeah, Peter McKinnon is definitely feeling it. Every creator is feeling it, 100%.
Not just us.
Yeah, which is pretty sad to think about.
Yeah.
Because like it's just hard to think about because like I was also thinking what actually is the future for photography and social media, do you reckon?
I don't know. I mean, in terms of purely posting an artwork, you mean? Like posting a static image.
Or just posting art in general, or like for creators, like whether it be on social media or even just off social media as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been thinking about the past couple months. Like maybe it doesn't have to have anything to do with social media. Maybe it's like sort of going full circle and everything's coming off social media. Maybe it's about like actually hosting an exhibition and like getting your artwork up on walls, physical prints, because now it's just a fuck fest of just fucking
Absolutely.
cum shots and flashbangs. That's what it fucking
that's what
feels
it is.
like. I was like, what the fuck?
This
Scrolling
is-
through short form content.
100% what other creators are feeling, like straight up. Especially this year has been just more fucked than ever, and it's like where do I sit in this? Like I think I learned a lot this year, so I don't feel good or bad about it because you still learn things. But I think it's good to go back to the roots now. If I'm feeling like, okay, I don't know which direction I want to go in, fuck this. Let's go all the way back. Like, why did we start? And let's just go from there again.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
in my mind, I'm like starting again. In my mind, even though like I've built up everything online, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I know that I like photography, but I'm not enjoying showing my process as much anymore because it is just a fuck fest.
As in like making videos.
Yeah, it's just like what we talked about in a few other podcasts. It's just like I'm not enjoying it because every time I do it, it feels like I'm going backwards, and it's like, what am I doing it for? So I need to go back to the roots of why I started photography, and just go from there and see where that takes me. Which
That's
is why
fair enough.
we booked that trip. I don't know if you want to talk about that yet, but
we can talk about
I
it.
don't know if we talk about that
Might
trip.
as well.
Yeah, Mike and I are going to go to Japan in February to shoot the snow. So it's going to
Fucking
be usually when, like for the past couple of years, obviously we've been doing YouTube, and a trip to Japan would be like, yes, let's vlog this. Let's like get as much YouTube content as possible. Whereas the focus for this trip is purely about being a photographer and just capturing images and just focusing on that. So I probably will make a YouTube video, but I might also not. I might honestly just take the whole 16 days, which I most likely will probably just take the whole 16 days to take photos, and I might make a POV maybe. But yeah, so that's what we've got coming up, which is exciting.
Yep, I feel the same way. Just want to focus more on taking photos because like we've talked about in other podcasts, it's just like YouTube can just take so much time out. Like I literally, since I've been back in Australia now for 2 months, we've barely shot.
Yeah.
Like we used to shoot every day, man. Like what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what happened to that?
Yeah, I remember it used to be like if we didn't have any planned shoots, we'll go off and just do street photography.
Yeah.
And then you would have like, I don't know, random portraits or something that would take photos of, or like a car.
100%.
And now it's just like boom, 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 boom. You got nothing to fucking shoot.
Now it's like this. Boys, you getting any views?
Nah.
But surely you've been taking photos.
Oh, wait, you know what I think we need? I think we need more events, like things to do. Like you just said with the exhibition, but even other things. Like sometimes there's like sponsored events or even like, a trip to look forward to or something else outside of, your own efforts. Like race day events or whatever. Like you go there, you want to document that, like you want to shoot, like things that you enjoy. Like, I don't know, pre-COVID, it was like there was a lot of events happening. There was a lot going on. You were just getting dragged around, like do this, and shoot this. Like, do you want to come here? Do you want to go there? And everything sounded exciting and awesome. And that's why like we were doing so much. So I think that's what going into this year now that we're back home, more events are probably going to pop up. And I think that might also help cool the burn.
Cool the burn. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like,
Unpress the D.
What?
I don't know. I tried to make a play on words, like undepress yourself, unpress the D.
Unpress.
Then it now just sounds sexual.
Yeah.
Press the D.
Press the D. No,
Press it.
but going back full circle to what you were saying, the future of photography or like art. Yeah, I think it will come back to real life, not social media.
Yeah.
Personally, what do you think?
That is true. I think like literally what is going to help further progress art or like photography and all that sort of stuff, creative stuff, is basically everything that has nothing to do with social media. Everything, and instead it's going to be everything that's got to do with actually being in person or seeing something physical, because it's so easy to, it's now, I think the thing is like, it's so easy to see something online, like it's so easy to reach, right? That the idea of scarcity, you know how like the idea of scarcity is always like a thing in art and like all that sort of stuff. So like
limited
edition stuff, or like the idea that things are scarce and like supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
So if it's hard to get a hold of, people are going to want it more.
Yes,
right?
True.
So, and because social media is so overly saturated, if things are going to be held in person, it's going to make that idea and that sort of event so much more special compared to social media.
I agree.
So that's where I think prints can see a rise again. So people would want to go to exhibitions to actually see the prints in person, or like you purchase a print. That could be a possibility as well. And like, I mean, you can even see it as well. Like everything's moving backwards towards like a sort of like, people are more like romanticizing vintage ideas and stuff. Like film photography is making a massive resurgence. And like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's like people keep buying, I don't know, I think like everyone keeps buying film stock and like.
I know, I fucking waited like a month to get this fucking city still.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Yeah, no, that's true. I didn't even think about that in terms of the fact that film and retro stuff is also connected to being back in reality and real life and off social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It's like everything.
I agree with that 100%.
Everything that is previously digital is not seen as cool anymore. People are moving towards analog stuff now. I think that's definitely the biggest resurgence that I'm seeing as of recent.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Oh, it's so good.
And I rate it because it just feels like you get to be more in the moment with that actual product itself and those ideas.
There will definitely, because our world is getting very diverse now and everyone gets a say on the internet. Like everyone.
Yeah. Everyone.
Like absolutely every single person gets a say and can also make a world for themselves. And also it opens you up to every possible niche conceivable. Like,
Yes.
so there are certain worlds that, people are going to go more analog. And if that's even if it's a small percentage of people, there's still a lot of people in that, entire world of wanting to do that. So I think we'll see like a break off of people who want to do like short form and fuck around and do whatever on there, and also a break off of people who want to be more analog like us.
Yeah. That's
More
fair.
film stuff, maybe more like back to basics, more like being a photographer, enjoying yourself, having fun, like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, actually being an artist as
Yeah.
opposed to
Content creator.
Yeah, because it takes so much time. Like previously, like if you wanted to be an artist and if you wanted to grow a social media, you could just literally post your artwork.
Yeah.
I think that's what it relates back to. Like, I know we've sort of spoken about it, but this is like looking at it in a different way. Like if you want, you could still devote like 85% of your time or even 90% of your time to actually doing your artwork. Whereas it's sort of changed and progressed to the point where you have to spend 85% of your time growing your social media, which only left 15% of your time to actually be an artist. And you do that over years and you actually lose touch with your artist self and you become more of just a social media marketer.
Yeah, absolutely. You just become a little monkey on your screen.
Little monkey. on the screen.
Monkey dog.
Monkey see, monkey do. That's literally content now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me take that song, I'll put it on my song.
Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah.
Yeah. And it creates an oversaturated market as well. Like every person in their fucking camera is a photographer now. Like it's not like a bad thing in a sense, but I feel like it definitely oversaturates the market in terms of people expressing themselves and be like, oh, like what is something that is actually considered quote unquote good art, right?
Yeah. What is it now?
Yeah, like what is it now if so many people are doing it?
Well, I think a mindset or like a thing that I used to say to myself was like, just do like to find out like what is good, just do what people aren't doing.
Yeah.
And like it seems like everyone now is just doing like you said, anyone who has a camera can just post a reel and it can go viral. So it's like if everyone can do that, like people can't host an exhibition. Not anyone can just host an exhibition, or not everyone can like
sell prints.
Like figure out something that not everyone can do and then do more of that as an artist.
Yeah, that's actually
that's fair.
great advice.
So
I agree with that.
because like it just goes back to oversaturated. Like if
Everyone is here, you should be over here.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
in the other direction, doing whatever, and then make that noisy over there. You know,
Yeah.
if you go where the noise is, you're just going to be like part of the clump.
yeah,
You know,
It's part of the clay clump.
like imagine trying to start a clothing brand now completely from scratch.
Yeah.
Like fucking good luck.
Yeah,
like
that'd
it's
be hard.
possible, but it's a very oversaturated market.
yeah.
You know,
It would be.
Limon's dreams of starting a clothing brand. Like,
Well, I'm like, so my next segue was going to be about starting a clothing brand, but I was just going to say it's so oversaturated.
I was going to say oversaturated. I didn't really want to talk about it anyway.
I don't
You
want to talk about it
actually,
more.
would you? I feel like you would
Me?
want to start one. You've told me before.
I mean, it would be
Or something along those lines.
okay. Like so
Sorry
my-
to undercover roast you. Just
no, it's all
Undercover
good.
roast.
Yeah, undercover spit roast.
Oh, damn.
I fucking love those effects. So anyway, I mean, look, with my relationship with fashion at the moment, it's like I've been enjoying learning about it, and I mean, there's a part of me that likes the idea of like starting a clothing brand because I think it would be cool. You know, like you get to, it's just another form of expression. Yeah. You get to express yourselves in a different way. So as much as like photography is like a visual element as well, you know, the way you dress someone or dress yourself is also a statement in itself.
Yeah.
Like it shows, it sort of, I don't know, gives someone character, if that makes sense. So I think I do like the idea of starting my own fashion brand or clothing brand, but I know that also takes a lot of fucking time, a lot of work, energy to do. And to be honest, at my current stage with my brain power at the moment, that is not what I want to do. Because I need to figure some other shit out first with my life before I can go ahead and explore that kind of avenue as well.
Yeah.
So
How do you plan on
Yeah.
figuring your shit out?
Fuck, I don't know. Does anyone know how to figure anything out?
Yeah.
I think
Well, you got to
go along
start
the way.
somewhere. So where
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
plan on starting?
Okay, well, my plans for this year basically is just to go a bit more stable. So I want to try and find some jobs in engineering, whether it's part-time or an internship. I don't know, just something to just get me in the door in engineering. It doesn't have to be like super high paying or like, yeah, anything like that. It's just something that where I can continue to grow my expertise and learn a bit more in that sort of field, right?
Right.
And with actually having a job like that, I'm sure there's going to be heaps of things that I will learn and pick up. I don't know what it will be, but I'll probably learn new things from that job.
Dude,
And
imagine being able to work at Toyota in Japan.
that would be pretty cool.
Should try and apply.
Why don't you apply for an internship overseas? Would you want to do that? Or not?
I kind of want to live in Melbourne for a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but then I'm
Let's
like,
talk about stability. And I'm like, go, bro, move to Japan.
Move to Japan. Like, it's sick. Like, don't
it
get me wrong.
sounds sick on paper.
It would be cool moving to Japan for a year or something. But as of now, as my current state, I just want a bit of stability in where
fair
I
enough.
know where things are. I'm at a house at home. Like, Melbourne is my home.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I'll probably look for something like, doesn't have to be super high paying, as long as I can just get by and pay for food and, like, you know, car bills and whatever fuck.
Yeah.
I can just do that and then continue exploring photography, like really doubling down on just focusing on the artistry behind my photography and other aspects in that area and go from there.
Yeah. I think that would be
That
sick.
is basically my plan for this year.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good
it's
plan.
nothing super concrete. It's just small steps to seeing what these things can lead me to. And I think that's the most that anyone can really plan for, right?
Yeah. I mean, at least you have some sort of direction. Like, that's the main thing. You don't have to know where you're going to like go specifically, but you have at least an idea. Like, yeah, I want to get a part-time or full-time job so I can at least fucking be somewhere and know where I'm going to be, not just wake up and guess every morning.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, because that can be very like overwhelming, or you almost have so much time. It's almost the same as having no time because you're just all over the place and you don't have anywhere to be, no accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds good.
So that is my plans.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. Yours? Your plans? Question mark?
My plans for 2023?
Yes.
I honestly think like what I feel deep down is the most, like the best thing I can do is literally, like I've said the past couple poddies, just really focus on being a photographer, not worry about like, you know, like 'cause right now, like I don't want to have to worry about like paying off. For example, I've got this apartment, like I got rent that I got to pay now. Like I've got other expenses, cars, all this sort of stuff. And I'm not going to like try focus or worry about like trying to make money right now, because with YouTube, obviously if you invest time in it, that's the best way to make money. But I know that deep down, I want to explore my photography side of my life instead of the YouTube side right now.
Yeah.
A bit more at least. So I want to just really focus on just taking good photos and, like we were saying, more in real life stuff, like hosting an exhibition, doing more like photo workshops where you can
bit more teaching.
teach people photography, printing my work, seeing like selling that. Like I said though, even if it doesn't make money, it's what I want to do.
Yep.
So sort of it's sort of
Doesn't really matter if it makes money or not, because as long as you're passionate about it. My dad always told me that money is a byproduct of your efforts.
it is.
So as long as you put effort, passion into something, the money will always follow. It doesn't matter like how long it takes. Eventually you'll get to a stage where you can figure out how to monetize something or whatever it might be. But as long as you enjoy what you do.
That's the thing. And you also, I'm realizing that you have to let go of like whatever it is that's stopping you from doing it. And for me, that's like, oh no, but I've like built up this huge YouTube channel, and if I don't post regularly, then I'm not going to get views, and then how am I going to pay for anything? And it's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Do what do you actually want to do with your life? Just do
that.
Why the fuck not?
It'll be fine. because you once started with nothing,
Yeah.
you can fucking do it again.
I'll fucking do
I'll
it again.
fucking do it again.
Might
Yeah,
as well.
and it's not to say like you're giving up completely on YouTube.
Nah,
it's just like you just want to. It just takes so much time to post at the level you're posting at, and it's at a detriment to your work.
Yeah.
and probably your mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
100%.
and it's. I feel the same way. So it's like it's good to like take a breather. We were talking about it today. We actually haven't had a break since we started YouTube because you don't give yourself a break. Really, I think the last time we took a break was Noosa. Like fully, fully
like
took a
actually
break.
take like 3 weeks off.
That was like the last time I can remember like properly.
Same.
Like everything else since then has been like, take a break. We took a bit of a break, then do more work,
Yeah.
do a bit of work.
Yeah.
Oh, probably should quickly just shoot
It's
a
like-
thumbnail. Oh, just quickly
Yeah.
just do this. And it's just like, it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, you're like halfway through a break. You're like, oh, sorry, one
Yeah.
thing real quick. You just got to take some photos if you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a little
But
BRB
that's
or
just working
something.
for yourself
Yeah.
though, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
You
can
don't
be
really
so
have a
full
break.
on.
But yeah, it definitely goes back to like, if at its core, deep down, you know that you can't see yourself doing this and you're not enjoying it. You need to figure out why and change and
Yeah, you got to adapt.
adapt. Yeah, adapt. And
Yeah.
Go with that. 'Cause-
Absolutely. It's like, why do we do the podcast? We don't do the podcast because someone's like, gun to your head, do the podcast, yo, react to this. Like,
Oi, do the fucking. Oi, you don't fucking do this podcast. You're done.
you know, but yeah.
Why do we
It's-
do the potty?
Because we love to talk shit.
Yeah.
do.
Fucking
Yeah.
oath. If you tell me to come talk shit with the boys, I'll be like, yeah, fucking
I'll
oath.
fucking do
And
it.
if we want to record it and put some headphones on and strap
Yeah.
some mics to ourselves, fucking oath.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well make our shit talking sound good, right?
Might as well fucking make our shit talking comfortable. Get some pillows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got some
how
pillows.
many
Oh,
setup?
what do you think of the new setup, by the way? New
Yeah.
podcast setup with
Yeah.
our massive light.
Yeah, just
Yes.
a boom, big old light just looming on top of our heads.
Yeah, this is we're currently in the corner room of my apartment. Not corner room, the corner of a room. So
Yeah,
It's like, how big is his apartment? He has different
yeah,
sections.
I got the corner
of his-
room. I got the left
corner.
wing.
I've got the
right
rectangle room over there. We've
Yeah.
got the sphere room.
there's the rhombus room over there.
Wing. Yeah. No, it's a small two better. Not small. It's actually a big two better.
I would say for like where your location is in the city, and like it's very good. It's a very good apartment. Like I've definitely seen a lot
Oh,
worse.
smaller. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
what
yeah.
like you've got like a decent room here, and a good like kitchen and like living
area
space.
and
You
a
know,
big balcony.
yeah, yeah.
No, I'm happy.
Like
with
some
it.
people don't even get the balcony.
No.
Yeah.
And I love, Anyway, don't want to go too much into my apartment because it's probably
You get
boring
doxed
as fuck.
yourself.
Oh, not even that. It's just probably boring. But no, it is good. I'm glad that we're all able to use this for the potty as well because it's nice to be able to have somewhere where we can actually just all come together that like isn't one of our parents' house because we're big boys now. No offense, mum or dad, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Love your mum and dad.
Yeah.
I got a bit of a
Love you too.
rogue question. So if we've
for it.
got questions, you've
No,
set.
honestly, that was all the questions.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me come in and
Honestly,
save the
fucked already.
podcast then.
Honestly,
Okay.
I fucked it.
Do we have any like really rogue photography stories? Like, can you remember something like really bad or like something traumatizing photography related that's happened? Maybe a drone incident or someone yelling at us. Like,
Oh, this is. I will just kickstart it. It's not
Yeah.
that rogue, but
Okay.
like just so you guys can think of some stories as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like when I was probably from 16 years old to like 18 or 19, I used to do event photography most weekends,
yeah,
and this was like more towards the start of that journey. I rocked up to this party one day, and like obviously it's nighttime and everything. You need your flash and everything.
Yeah.
Brought my flash and everything. It's all good. Go to set it up. And this was like an hour and a half away from my house, and I was only working there for 2 hours. And I just straight up forgot my flash batteries.
Oh
So I'm just sitting there like, I've got to like shoot this without a flash. So
oh fuck,
I
you
had
on a
a-
Nikon?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you would have been,
Oh
surely.
yeah,
That
no,
would've been Nikon,
no, it
yeah.
wasn't Nikon. I never shot on my Sony for events. So it was
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
Nikon. I was like,
Oh,
you
no.
know what? We're just gonna have to fucking do 1/10 of a fucking second, boost the ISO to like 2000, and like, dude, I don't know how, but I made it work. And like,
Amazing.
it was more like luckily the event wasn't like
Pitch black.
pitch
like
black. It
house
actually had
party.
like decent lighting and stuff. But they didn't seem to know. But like every time I would take a photo, obviously there's no flash that went off because I still put my flash on just to look professional.
Yeah.
But no flash went off. So they're like, did you like take the photo? I'm like, yeah.
It's a phantom flash. So, it doesn't look like it goes off. It's like it's a special,
special
flash.
one. Doesn't hurt your eyes. It's for event photography. You just make it up. You sell anything.
Infrared.
But yeah, that's a noob photography moment, but
that is pretty funny.
happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah, here's what it is.
How about you guys?
You got one on your mind?
Not really. Like, I mean, there's been a few like street photography shoots where I've just straight up forgot to bring an SD card.
What about when someone came up to you
Someone came up to me
and punched you?
Oh, you want that? You want that story? That one's pretty. Yeah, that one actually is pretty rogue.
That's the roguest. It doesn't get much rogue than
That
that.
is pretty fucking
Someone
rogue.
physically assaulted you on your photo.
And that doesn't pop into your mind.
It's just like
But forgetting your SD card does.
like, okay. This is the reason why I forgot it. It's because it's just so dumb. That's why. Like yes. Technically, it was called "quote unquote" physical assault, but it's just like anyway. So what happened, right? Was I decided to shoot sunrise, and sunrise, especially during daylight savings, really early. It's roughly 5:20 to 5:40 in the morning, and I decided, you know what, I wanted to shoot sunrise in the city because I think that would be cool, like seeing this, because you get to see the city with like no people. And it would just be really nice lighting and it'll be like interesting, right? So I went in, took the train. I was fucking dead, super tired, but I was like vibing, I was chilling. I had my earbuds in. I'm listening to music. I've got the 7200 on, just taking photos. It was mint. It was good fun. Right? I was really enjoying myself. So, and the thing is, like, the thing about Melbourne, the only people awake at 5:30 in the morning are either people who were partying the night before or junkies. So those are the only two people you'd really see going around, unless there's some like fitness person running. Yeah, you see those as well. But in the city, right, there are mainly junkies. So I'm just walking down the street, just listening to some music. I'm chilling. I'm happy, just, taking some photos. I'm walking past, right? And in the corner of my eye, I just see this one junkie just walking, like slowly walking towards me. And he's like, just doing the classic old junkie thing. Going, yeah, fucking.
Yeah, talking to himself,
murmuring. Just mumbling to themselves. Like, yeah, fucking, yeah, just doing that classic shit. So I'm just like, whatever, it's a fucking junkie. They're pretty harmless. So it's like, whatever. So he like walks past me, right? And as soon as he gets out of my peripheral vision, he's like, yeah, fucking, fuck you. And just punches me in the shoulder. And I'm like, what the fuck? But like the thing is, because he's a junkie and he's probably still high on some whatever the fuck drug he's on.
Drain cleaner or whatever.
Drain cleaner.
Ajax spray and wipe. Imagine the line of that.
Oh god, yeah. He just didn't punch hard at all, and because I am also incredibly skinny, it makes me very bony and makes my bones very, very sharp. So this junkie decides, out of all places, to punch me right in the shoulder blade. And he ends up hurting himself more than he hurts me. So he punches me and he's like, fuck. And I'm just like smiling and I just continue walking. I don't even look back at this dude. I just keep walking. He's like, for fuck's sake. Yeah, so yeah. I just continue taking photos afterwards. I just start laughing. Like that's all you can really do. Like I didn't get hurt at all.
Yeah. It's such a random thing. Like it's not a sunrise thing to happen.
No,
like,
it isn't.
It's so extra funny. I'm glad you weren't hurt though.
Yeah, I wasn't hurt at all. Like granted, like that is technically a very dangerous situation, but it's just funny because he hurt himself more than he did me.
Just instant karma.
Legit.
Bashed.
Yeah. He bashed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that is a good
pretty
story.
rogue.
That's
It's a very
rogue.
rogue story. I forgot about that one.
My story isn't as rogue. It's just like you just shouldn't have done this. But when I was in Italy on that trip with Lambo, I won't dox his name, but I was with another photographer, and when we were in Florence, we wanted to fly the drone over the city, but just before we got there, we were like driving somewhere else and like took the drone up over like a lake or something like that. I can't remember. And we met these other photographers there.
Yep.
And we were just chatting with them and stuff, and we were letting them know that we were going down to Florence. And one of the photographers was like, "Oh, I just came back from there. I actually got fined €20,000 for flying my drone."
What?
This
Actually?
photographer got flown. This photographer got fined €20,000 for flying his drone over the historic chapels or whatever the
That's
fuck.
fucked.
And I looked in and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like I've got my drone. I was like planning on flying. I'm definitely not going to do that now, or whatever.
Yeah.
And the other photographer that I was with, like he was the one that was talking. I just overheard this. Like I wasn't even chatting with him. And anyway, so we continue our trip down to Florence, and then we wake up really early in the morning because we're about to leave the next day to go somewhere else on the road trip. And the photographer that I was with was like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm going to send my drone up anyway." So luckily we're on this hotel rooftop, and he gets his drone out and he starts flying it like around. And as soon as he turned it on and started flying it, like the drone was like, because DJI, especially the more modern DJI drones that are coming out, unless like you hack them, like they just scream at you and just notify if you're flying it illegally or in a place you shouldn't have. So it's like, like we're right next to these chapels. So like we turned it on, looked at the map, and it's like red zone, red zone, red zone, red zone, red zone, red zone, like do not fly, notification.
Oh my
and like
God.
you have to put your phone number in to get a verification code or whatever. But he was already on like a Italian SIM card, so he didn't care. So he put his phone number in, got the verification code that like, yeah, I'm allowed to fly here, and just started flying it around the chapels and shit. Amazing drone shots, like amazing.
Was it fine?
And we flew it back down, and yeah, we got out of there and didn't see anyone come or anything, and it was fine. But like I could imagine it would have alerted authorities for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
The technology nowadays is so much different to like when drones first came out. Like when they first came out, you could just fly them wherever you want. There was no like interference or like any notifications, no fly zones. Like it was just you buy the drone, you fly it.
Yep.
But
exactly.
now it's
you need basically a helicopter's license to pilot them. But like, dude, those 2 minutes of flying was just like every single noise, like every person in every window of the hotel. Like you're just so on edge because you're just freaking out. You know, when like you're doing something you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
And just like for every second of that time, it feels like you just got to play it cool, man.
Yeah. You feel like everything. You feel like the whole world is looking at you, and like if you fuck up or if they catch you, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
That's how I felt in Paris as well. I'm not going to dox myself now, but I was flying when I wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
You were allegedly flying.
I was allegedly, so they say.
Yes.
I was flying a drone. Fucking sick photo. It was fucking awesome.
It was allegedly a sick
It was
photo.
allegedly fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, got the drone like 450, allegedly, got the drone 450 meters like high up in the sky. And it's like, yeah, dude, you know when you fly the drone and you allegedly, like, you're always just out of range? Like, you're always just, like, you see something cool, so you start flying over to it, and you're always just a little bit out of range. So you got to, like, move your controller around or move a little bit around to get, like, better signal. Yeah. But I'm, like, allegedly in this park, like, and it's fucking packed because it's, like, a nice summer's night.
Yeah.
And it's just people everywhere. And I'm flying this drone. I got it like 2 Ks away from me, like almost 500 meters up in the air, getting this dope shot, like basically got 1 bar of reception, trying to like line it up, get the shot or whatever. And then I start hearing this police officer like with a flashlight going around looking at people, like flashlight, bang, who's that? Flashlight. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm with Faye, allegedly. I've got to move like around. So I start moving. I put the fucking controller in my jacket or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the cop like walks past me or whatever. But I didn't realize like my controller, because I'm like starting to freak out a little bit because it's like French cop.
Yeah.
I feel like he's looking for me. It looks like he's looking for someone, and that someone's most likely me. Allegedly.
Yeah.
And the controller stick was like pushing against my body. So I'm like flying the drone further and further away from me. And it starts beeping. My controller starts beeping like doot, doot. Return to home, and starts yelling at me like fuck. And this like French cop is walking straight past me. So I quickly like try and not look like too sus and like walk around this bush or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like just getting no reception. The drone's like almost 3 Ks away.
Oh
Has
my
been flying
God.
at top speed in the wrong direction.
Oh no.
Anyway, and then I'm losing battery. I've barely gotten this shot. Try and like get up a bit higher and like walk around the whole park like while the drone's just doing whatever. Don't even know what it's doing. And then finally get signal again, fly it back, like sort of got the shot I wanted to, and then decided to fly it back, and I landed it
shit.
and got away. And like landing it was even scarier because it's
Yeah.
like making all this noise.
Plus, they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
easily see, like they can see where it's gone down, and they can just follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
But
if you were doing
allegedly,
that.
if
you
you
were
were
actually
to do
flying
that,
that,
which you
yeah.
wouldn't because we don't
Because-
condone illegal activity on
and
this
that whole
podcast.
story was not real.
It was
at all.
actually photoshopped,
Yeah,
that
it was
story.
all photoshopped
Liam
and
made it
AI.
in Blender,
Yeah.
allegedly. He didn't even make it. It was his editor.
There
who
was
made
a
it.
ledge, and I ate it, and then it was alleged. That makes no sense, but it's allegedly a story.
So anyway, so those are some drone stories for you.
Is-
Yeah. It's
Oh
pretty
man, I'm
crazy.
sweating retelling it, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it was,
I was
so
in
scary.
there. I was
Yeah,
imagining
I
the
was.
French cop.
Oh, he was like actually like shining the torch into people like so aggressively as well, and I was like, oh my god, that looks like it's
Yeah, he's probably
maybe
looking.
for someone. He's definitely looking for someone.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, well,
Should have asked him, like, excuse me, are you looking for someone flying a drone? He's like, yes. I'm like, I think you went that way.
yeah. What's that? Oh, this is just my medication.
Have we used that one yet?
That's my medication.
Yeah.
I mean, it was at the end of my vlog. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's
That
right.
was
Yeah.
more of a joke
It was-
between us. Right?
Yeah.
But me and Liam, like, we have these jokes, like, I'm just going to say it, fucking whatever. It's so funny. So, like, I went into a bar in Amsterdam and I needed to go to the toilet really badly.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if you should tell that.
I don't even think I know the story.
Wait, let me think.
Who's going to get upset? If you get upset and triggered at
Wait,
shit.
let me just think about this for a second. If we should tell this story. Yeah, fuck it. No, it's funny. It's funny.
It's funny. I did it
Yeah.
as a joke, allegedly. I didn't even do it. It was
Allegedly.
photoshopped.
No. Go. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
Dude, okay. There's like no one. I need to go fucking piss bad. There's no one in the toilets except. Well, actually, there was someone in the toilet. But anyway, I go to the toilets and
Oh, I think I know this
there's a man cubicle and a female cubicle. Like that's it, right? And there's someone in the male toilets, but I needed to piss so badly. So I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Just go into the female toilet and start pissing, right? Come out, go wash my hands. And the security guard, for some reason, was standing right next to the door. And he's like, hey, buddy, next time don't use the female toilets. So I'm like, yes, finally my chance. And I turn around to him and I'm like, I am a female. And he's like, mate, you are not female. And I'm like, my eyes lit up. I'm like, yes, I'm going to use it. I'm going to fucking use it. And I'm like, did you just assume my gender? And he's like, oh my God. And he doesn't even look at me. He just looks away. And he was like, hand on his, palmed his face and then walked off. Like literally just walked out. Like of the building, of the establishment.
You can just say that these days. How fucked is that?
It's pretty fucked.
You can literally just say that and like get away with it. Like,
Yeah, and I did, and it was the funniest shit ever. Like, not that I don't know, I just did it as a joke pretty much, but it was the funniest shit
I would
ever.
have loved to see his reaction.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was honestly so
Like, full
funny,
on.
dude. If
Yeah.
I get the opportunity to meme someone, I will take
Oh
it.
yeah, 100%.
So
yeah.
if I get the opportunity to tell someone that's my medication
Yeah.
when I'm clearly doing something illegal as fuck,
yeah. Like you
I will use it.
flying your drone. A police officer says, "What? Oh, you can't do that." You're like, yeah, no, it's my medication. Makes no sense.
Flying your
Beats a
drone.
permit as well.
Yeah.
It's just ultimate confusion. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Dude, what actually happened to drone photography? It used to be so cool, but now it's just like
Because
whatever.
everyone,
illegal.
everyone was able to do it. And probably because it was so illegal, yeah. But also, yeah.
Also, it goes back to oversaturation.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
everyone
I think-
was able to get a drone. So,
It's just
Yeah.
stopped being cool.
Yeah, I think
because-
there's like two parts of oversaturation because it's like there's the one argument which is like, oh, photography's oversaturated, which people would think, oh, it means you can't get work, which isn't true because you can get
Yeah.
so much work with photography. But then there's like the artistic side of oversaturation, which is like if there's like a million drone shots of a beach, no one gives a fuck about a drone shot of a beach. But when there was first drone shots of beaches.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, this
Gab
is so,
Scarno back in the day.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
like the legendary.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing those drone shots. I was like, what? How is he like,
As doing that? Because he had drones before anyone like really had to got the market drones like DJI was releasing.
I think he got the Inspire.
Because his dad was using them.
Oh,
Yeah,
true,
because his dad is a cinematographer. It's, fuck. Good times. Simple times.
Yeah.
Simpler times. Yeah.
God damn it.
You just got to do what people aren't doing if you want to stand out with, but also if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of balance between stepping away from the noise, but also making sure you enjoy it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You figure it out eventually as well. Like, I was talking to Limon about this. Like, you have dips up and down. And when you're at the bottom and you're feeling like a bit shit and you're not feeling like which direction you want to go in, obviously it's so easy to look up and be like, oh, but, it was so good. And look at all that. Like, look what we were doing. But then you're going to be up there again and you're not going to remember what it was like to be down. You only know what it feels like to be feeling shit when you're feeling shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not thinking about it when, like, everything's all sweet, So it's just like, and that's just like being an artist, isn't it? You're just going to have ups and downs,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
Man.
I do agree.
Existential crisis achieved on this podcast.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I thought we were going to fucking do it.
Another existential crisis we have experienced, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, as you were saying, like, I don't know. I think another thing as well I was thinking of was instead of like following or going towards the noise, I think it's like as an artist, you're better off creating your own noise. I think it's a better way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily doing things because other people are doing it. You're doing it because you generally do love it and you're doing it.
That's what creates your style.
Yeah, and that's what creates your style as well. So like you do something because it's your genuine expression of what you believe is part of your reality, right? And hopefully that reflects in your work, and in that sense you create your own noise instead of just following what everyone else does.
Blindly.
Just blindly,
Yeah, like you're not actually expressing yourself. You're just like copying because other people are doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so interesting to think about. It's like so much of what we talk about with photography and stuff and art, like it does go back to fashion as well, what I've been like learning about. Like, because, there are fashion trends and stuff that happens, like, oh, what shoes are hot at the moment, what pants are cool at the moment, right? But like then there's those people who are super, super stylish who wear clothes that just like you wouldn't even think you'd be able to pull off. And like they're the people that are making waves and creating the trends and making their own noise. And so it's so interesting how there's so many different forms of art, right? Like photography, fashion, video production, film, all that sort of stuff, but they still follow similar ideas. And I guess that is just like the human expression, right?
That makes me want to go shoot.
Yeah,
I guess we're keen.
As you were saying that, I was envisioning us all just doing street photography.
Same. You want to go shoot straight after this?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm bring my camera.
You can use one of my cameras.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
use
right,
my
we can do
camera.
that.
I want to bring out my film camera.
Oh,
True,
sick.
yes.
Which
Dope.
is like, I think I was saying on the other potty, like I've had this camera for a month and I haven't taken photos with it because I've been like, oh no, I want to make a YouTube video unboxing it. And I'm like, no one gives a fuck about me unboxing it. And I don't give a fuck about me unboxing it. So why am I waiting? And then the other day I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to open this fucking film camera.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go shoot with it because I want
That's what you should do. And then you can just make a video being like, I've been shooting with this camera. These are my photos on it, which is way more interesting than you trying to fucking unbox it.
it. I don't even know how to film an unboxing. I've tried before and it's shit.
You know how fucking awkward that camera has to be? Like, 'cause it'll be directly above, right? And you go like curl around the tripod.
All right,
like,
this isn't 2016 anymore. No one cares about
I
your
know,
unboxing.
dude, how
Yeah.
the fuck does Peter McKinnon do those good unboxings?
Because he's Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, true.
It's different.
Dude,
Yeah,
I try not to even watch like photography videos or like I've had my flip phone now for 2 weeks and it's been like bliss.
Has it only been 2 weeks? It's
been 2 weeks.
Like way longer.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I
That's
bought
fucked.
it. Yeah, I've been off Instagram. My screen time's like, it's got a notification down 98%.
That is
Holy
amazing.
shit.
Like I've not been on my iPhone at all except for like just purely to do what is absolutely necessary and that's it. And it's been mint. Like I've actually felt like, a bit more in touch with just what's going on. My days feel longer. Just feel like I have a bit more energy even. Just want to do like a bit more like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just been so good. And like I've been enjoying like, I'm not going to become like the same inspired photographer overnight again, but like I think this is like a step in the right direction to fall back in love and not be on Instagram and not be watching things and not trying to get inspired, and rather just go away from all that and let yourself, you know, figure out what it is that you want to do and what you like, you know?
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
It's like you sort of like immerse yourself back into like real, like raw photography, like actual, like going out, taking the camera out, like not even, checking at your phone. Because like when you check your phone, like even if you open Insta for like a minute, which is impossible.
Ruins your flow.
You get taken out of like reality and you like get sucked into the social media. You see some dope photos, you're like, fuck, that's so sick. I'm about to go out and take some shitty fucking street photos.
Yeah.
And then it just makes you feel like shit. Like I 100% agree. Like I think it's so important more than ever right now to just disconnect from like social media and just reconnect with like your roots and like what it is you want to do here.
Yeah, reconnect with life.
Yeah, reconnect with life.
Like the genuine real life that we have here.
Yeah, I think, like you were saying before, there's that, I think the trend used to, like it started off obviously like all the analog age of like photography exhibitions, and then social media came along and I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. You
put my work on here.
Put my work here.
Grow on
that's where like everyone's looking cool. And now I think people are like, what the fuck? I feel so fucked up when I go on social media. Fuck this. I want to
do something
real. I want to talk with a human in real life. I want to shake someone's hand. Like,
I want to go out and touch grass.
Legit. Take my shoes off. Like,
no, it's absolutely the right direction, especially after being inside for so long and then having this cooked ass year of like, I'm addicted to a lot of things and I don't know where to go with my life. And
coffee, vaping, social media.
Coffee, vape, social media.
Yeah.
And then, so now it's like a good opportunity, to do more things, like to take a break from all that, get your head like out of all that shit and just like, because it is really like so bad for you to sit on social media for so long. Like it was never designed and intended when it first came out to be used like that.
Yeah.
So stop using it like that.
And also we're not designed to be.
No, exactly.
Like that.
No way a human's designed to sit there for hours scrolling on a little computer.
Like little, like it's
like it fits
screen.
in your pocket, little. Like.
They're an amazing tool.
Yeah, agreed.
Got to use it as a tool, not a fucking lifestyle.
It doesn't use you, but it like a lot of people you see nowadays.
By it.
It does consume you, and it's so easy to fall into that. But like I'm trying my best to like, break away from it and like really get in touch with what I want to do again.
Yeah,
and figure out what I find fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think we're all on that path and refinding that spark again.
Yeah,
with photography and just that general idea in life as well.
I think when I go on this photo shoot right now as well, I'm not going to try and take like quote unquote like good photos. I'm actually going to try and just take whatever photos. I'm going to try and take just whatever I think like looks cool, like not what I think is going to look cool. Just like, just shoot whatever. And then just like, maybe you could look at something and be like, oh, I think I know what I want to do with that edit or whatever. Or like that sort of like looks cool. Nice. I like that sort of thing. Like, I don't know, like not overanalyze things. And if it's going to work on Instagram or social media or, you know what I mean? Like, just enjoy the process of shooting.
That's fair. Yeah. I think I'm just going to focus on like, what is a cool moment? And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want to just like, that's the only thing that I want to think about. I'm probably just going to, luckily I bought my AirPods, which is good. Just going to chuck some music on, chuck some music in, like get dialed in and just be like, okay, what's a cool moment? Do I see something cool over here? Cool. Just take a photo of that and just move on. That's all. I'm not going to worry about composition, too much about lighting. Just be like, is that cool? Just go take a photo and that's it. Done.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what I'm going to focus on.
Yeah.
What about you, Liam?
I reckon, well, I'm going to be shooting on the film camera, which is, it's got black and white 400 ISO film. So I reckon I'll play around with like more, because I'll have to obviously, I've got a 1.4 lens, which is good, but I'll also have to drop my shutter speed. So I might even just play around with like real abstract, like just street raw moments. Like if I see someone walking, I'll try to track them or like,
sick.
I don't know. Because what's the time now? Like
8:30, sunsets in 20 minutes.
Sunsets in 20 minutes. So there's still like, it's not like pitch black, but there'll still
You'll
be a
get blue
decent
hour.
amount of light, some blue hour. And I want to try capture some like street light, like all the artificial lighting, like and use that to my advantage because I've got obviously such a low ISO film. So I'm
Yeah.
going to play around with that and just, even if I shoot all 36 exposures, so be it.
Whatever, man.
I want
Enjoy.
it. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
doing photography, you're meant to use the equipment, like
Yeah.
it or not. But yeah. Any
That's
final
good.
thoughts for this podcast or any way we want to wrap it up, involve the viewer? I don't know. I feel like I want to get.
I do, yeah.
what I mean?
We should definitely include more questions and stuff. Or like if you guys want to, if you guys want any advice from us, obviously not the regular camera stuff, but stuff that you think is like genuinely interesting or something that you want answered, photography related. Actually, you know, it doesn't even have to be photography related. It can be literally just life related. Obviously, we're incredibly unqualified to give you any advice on it, but that's just part of the fun.
It's only open to interpretation, but
Exactly, open to
We'll
interpretation.
give you some alleged advice.
Yes, so we'll give you some alleged advice. You can message us through email at betweentheframespodcast@gmail.com, or you could also put a little message into our Discord. So that is Creative Society Discord.
Yeah.
You can also go there as well. Check out our Discord. Apart from that, like that's all really in terms of like involving the viewers, right?
Yeah. We'll think of other ways as we move
There'll be
forward.
more. There'll be
And
more.
you can actually also email us with some other ways you think could be cool to incorporate the viewers more.
If you got any ideas on what you'd love to hear on the podcast as well, just like go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
We're super open to just about anything.
Yeah, give us some feedback because it helps us, even if it's like critical or harsh, you know, that audio fucking sucks, tell us. Or,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, if we need to fucking fix how our face looks, like put some more makeup on, you just tell us. I'll put the eyeliner on, I'll fucking do it.
If I need plastic surgery, fuck man, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. But yeah,
I'll do
any
it.
feedback's awesome. Rate us 5 stars though.
Yes, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
If you have negative feedback, just leave it for the Gmail.
don't actually rate it on the
Bias
stars, 'cause
reviews.
that-
Bias reviews.
Bias.
The main thing about the 5 stars, it just helps us get a bit more reach so more people can listen and hopefully you get to understand us and hear what we have to say.
It's like the review is like, but I don't want you guys to do that because you suck. Like that's the whole reason I'm giving you a shit review.
Yeah, I genuinely hate your podcast.
If that is your thought, just fuck off.
Fuck off.
Because you probably listen on iHeartRadio. I
Probably,
guarantee
yeah,
you.
definitely
If you listen on iHeartRadio, just
100%.
fuck off.
off.
Honestly,
Oh my
boom,
God.
to the swamplands, like
swamp.
straight away. Back.
Goodbye, in the bin.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So yes, we are on iHeartRadio. If you guys
If you
Wanna
want to,
know,
you
but
will
if
get
you want to,
roasted.
listen to us on
100%
there,
guaranteed.
but yeah, please don't listen to us on there. We're on Spotify, which is significantly better, and Apple Podcasts, even Amazon as well.
And if you're
Google
listening on
Podcasts.
YouTube, how's it going?
Hello. If you're listening on YouTube, hello and goodbye.
And goodbye,
Yes,
like and
comment,
subscribe.
Yeah, that sort of
Yep.
stuff as well.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.